Well, joining me now is Mark Gray. You know him. He's done play-by-play commentary for football games, and he's a regular guest here at CCTV. Mark, was this a good ending?
I thought it was a fantastic finish to a tournament that had its up and down moments, to say the least. I mean, they changed the format with 24 teams. It meant a lot more games. However, you had some bad teams on the back end, and in previous years, Portugal probably wouldn't have gotten out of the first round. They got into the knockout stage, and they won it without arguably the best player on the planet. I thought it was as compelling a finish to an international tournament that we've seen in quite some time. You've got soccer aficionados who will tell you that it was not a beautiful game to watch, but all things considered, the way that it ended in such a dramatic fashion, I thought it was great.
So Cristiano Ronaldo, that was the big story, injured early on. What was it, halfway through the first half? And they still went on to win it. Is this going to affect his legacy, that they could do it without him?
I don't think so, because they don't get here without him. He had a couple of big moments in big games when they were on the brink of elimination, and he got them there. It looks like he may have had a hyperextended knee. There was no, and soccer is very secretive about the injury thing. But when his teammates had to rally and make plays, they have a really disciplined defensive approach. They didn't make any mistakes, and they played as close to the vest to win. So the fact that he was a part of the team and he had a big tournament, I think it does nothing to hurt his legacy at all. Spreading
the love a little bit around, right? The underdogs take it. All right, so we know that there's been some football hooliganism going on in Paris and other spots. Is this now part of the culture of this sport?
Well, there's always been risque behavior in the stands at European events for quite some time, whether you're talking racial chants, whether you're talking people throwing things from the stands. It's been not uncommon, shall we say, for there to be violence and just unruly behavior. So this is nothing new. I think it's, with the heightened sense of terrorism in the world these days, it's under a greater microscope. So I don't think it's reflective of the mass of soccer fans who look at the sport as the beautiful game, but you have a generation right now who is really, let's call them extremely temperamental and don't know how to discipline themselves when it comes to cheering and things of that nature. Even in this tournament, you had several bombs go off. You had a couple teams that received financial sanctions because of their fan behavior, and that's going to be difficult for the soccer community to wrap its arms around, because they're guilty by association when it's something that I don't think they're condoning.
The overall view of the tournament, pretty good?
Well, you could make a compelling argument that there were maybe only a handful of games that were dramatic, but when you end on a note like this, in my opinion, extra time, the last substitution for Portugal scoring the goal, and the best player in the final being off the pitch and his team winning it, to me, the underdog, I thought it was great. Soccer purists, some of the American broadcasters were saying that the best team didn't win. I vehemently disagree. Look at the scoreboard, you see the result. The best team did win.
That's it. All right, Mark Gray, always great to see you. Thank you.